Good afternoon, class, and welcome to my quick tutorial on the gradient palette. So what I've started here by doing is just creating a simple box using the shape tool. The next step is to fill a gradient into the shape that we've created. There are a few ways of doing this. One of the easiest ways is to simply click on the gradient tool and click anywhere on the shape that you've created, and it'll automatically fill the gradient onto the shape. After filling the gradient, to make changes and to customize the gradient that you've applied to the shape, you want to click on the gradient palette on the right hand side, on the panel on the right hand side. Once we open up the gradient palette, it gives us a few menus. You could choose from different types of gradients, like a radial gradient or a linear gradient. You can choose the angle of the gradient. This button right over here on the left hand side of the angle is the reverse gradient option. So if we click that, what it's going to do is it's basically going to reverse the color order. So instead of going from black to white, now it's going from white to black. On the right hand side of the angle is the aspect ratio of the gradient, so the size of the gradient. Down here is the gradient slider. This is where you could choose different colors and different shades for the gradient. If you click on this box where it says gradient fill, it's going to show you some preloaded defaults of the gradient. The opacity of the gradient controls how transparent it is, how opaque it is. So if we make this 100, it's going to be full black because of the gradient that we've chosen goes from transparent to black. So if we choose 100% opacity, it's going to be all black. Underneath the opacity is the location of the gradient, so where you want the gradient to start. You can also play around with the location by moving around the slider over here. The tick in the middle justifies exactly where you want the fading of the two colors to start. We can also do gradients with colors and a whole bunch of colors. So to change colors, you simply want to double click on the gradient slider, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of colors that you could choose from. Or you could simply open up the color swatch over here and just drag the color that you want onto the gradient. If you feel like there's a lot of colors down here and you want to get rid of a few, all you have to do is click and hold and drag it away from the slider and release. That's gonna remove the color from the gradient. And I have made a few examples of the different types of gradients and how you can apply those. At the top here, we've got a few examples of the linear gradients. They're all, if you notice, they're all in like a line. And the radial gradients, which are all circular. To end off the presentation, I'm just gonna do a little try it yourself, where I'm gonna get all of you guys to try to make like a logo or just play around with some gradients and put some shapes together with different gradients and different opacities. Thank you very much